On the way down, Bob said, "Are you going to change your talk today because of everything we talked about?" And I said, "No." And then between driving from up there to down here, it changed, so yes. I am. I was originally going to talk about just Thanksgiving and Thanksgifting. And then after this long talk I had with Angie, we also added thanks receiving. So it is going to change. Thanks, boss. So this is the month of Thanksgiving. And I thought about what Thanksgiving kind of means. They say that one of the reasons that we're such a prosperous nation is because we have a National Day of Thanksgiving. An appreciation of what we do, but generally when we give, I see the Thanksgiving level as a little bit lower in consciousness, kind of like what Joanne was talking about. I thought about the times I've given over the years, and how many of them I really meant, and how much it was because it was expected. Like the Girl Scouts. "Oh no, the cookies are here again. I can't eat those cookies. If I buy them and I take them home, I'm going to gain weight. You know, all the sugar in it, but I have to buy cookies." And a friend asked, "So yeah, I'm going to buy cookies." Now, there was no heart in that. I was doing something because I wanted to make somebody happy, and this inner fight's going on with me, so it wasn't a true Thanksgiving. There was no thanks in it. And there's been other times too. How many times have you, like somebody else came in for their kids at school and you bought for their kids so they had to buy for your kids? It wasn't about the giving, it was about, okay, I owe. So to me, again, that wasn't a real thankful kind of thing to do. And we do that all the time. You buy tickets because of who's selling them. You buy a raffle or go to that because of who's doing it. You go to a fundraiser because you're involved with it, or siblings involved with it, or somebody that you care about, but you're not doing it with an open heart. You're doing it because it's expected. So I started thinking a couple years ago about Thanksgiving. What's the difference? Where was I looking at the next level to really care about my giving? And to me, a gift is special. When I changed, right? I mean, the smile comes out. When I gift, I want to give you a gift you want to have. I want, even if it's an obligation kind of thing, like it's a family member, there's still thought that goes into the gift. What is it that they like? What are their colors? You know, is it Hello Kitty this year? Is it purple or is it pink? What's going on with that? And I put time into finding it out and care into getting the gift. Is it, make sure it's the right size? Is it what they want? Is there a receipt so they can take it back? There's thought that goes into it, and it's my heart's open. I'm caring. I want to get the right gift for them. And I learned this thing a long time ago about when you give a gift, you give something you'd like to have. So that's a part of it. If it's the kids, would I have liked that when I was a kid? I can remember my sister always gave everybody books, which was from her heart. She wanted us all to read and to learn, but I was at some Christmases where all the younger kids would look at it, "Aunt Kathy books," and it went over there. So I remembered that too. Just because I think it's good for you doesn't mean that that's what you want. How can I mix the good for you into what you want? So I invested time in that giving. I care. When we come in here, the hearts are open, the giving. We give hugs, we give love. And we do all of these things that makes a difference in what we do. Then the thanks receiving. Angie said, well, if there's nobody to receive, we were talking about free money and allowing free money into our lives. But if we don't receive it, how do those ones that want to gift with money, how do they get it out there? How do they do it? How do we open our hearts so the thanks is really felt for the gift and the receiving? So that the one that gave it feels thankful that they were able to share, able to give, having that opportunity. So we have these opportunities in life and everything that we do to change our lifestyle. The automatic giving, the have-to giving is part of my lifestyle. It's been that way forever. But I want to be more than that. I want to care more than that. I don't want to be so burnt out about having, oh, another fundraiser, another something. How do I find it to add my heart to that, to raise it, to make it more? What do I do? How do I do that? It's easy to talk about and easy to say, but how do I make it? And then the other side over here is going, oh God, is it another project and something else that I'm going to have to work hard at? And do I have to like do this every day? And what if I don't do it? You know all the thoughts that go through, how the mind starts going, trying to talk you out of it. Let's talk you out of it and go back to the old way, because it was easier. I mean, it was a pain, but it was easier and you knew what to expect. But I didn't want to do that anymore. I wanted to be more than that. How could I be more? And I realized that so much of it was about the heart. How many ways that I had allowed my heart to harden. How many ways that I put boundaries around my heart, boundaries around my love, making my love conditional. I like to think I love unconditionally, but if I'm not loving that process and not loving the money involved in that and not loving the people that it's helping, that's not an unconditional love. That's a pain, I have to, a childhood rule and expectation. I gotta flip those things, because when I look at me in that way, I don't really like what I see. I don't like my heart being hard. I don't like that, excuse me, there are ways in my life that I don't care. I work all the time on what I call my spiritual journey, but boy, I left a big hunk out of it somewhere along the road. Somehow I let this piece of me get misplaced or ignored probably. I probably ignored it or pushed it away or brushed that thought away because it was too much trouble. But what I found was when I started doing it, it wasn't a lot of trouble. I only had to focus on one or two things. I had to focus on my heart, letting my heart open so I could connect and see the beauty in everything. Taking those minutes a day, a few minutes, it doesn't have to be a lot, but the minute when you're driving to work, or you stay outside for a moment and look at the trees and feel the air and the sun and the sky and appreciate that before you come in. It opens the heart to see the beauty, to just take a moment in a gift, the beauty of how it's wrapped or the beauty of the caring. It's not a hard discipline. It's just flipping this little switch within me that lets me start seeing life differently, that allows me to trust that it's okay. I'm not going to be hurt. Nobody's going to hurt me if I love more. Nobody's going to hurt me if I care more. I'm going to be the same being doing the same things, but different. I just changed a little bit of me, but I'm still Sandy that you see. I'm still going to be there when I say I'm going to be. I'm still going to go through life every day, but that's going to be a little different. And it's going to be within me. Nobody will see it, but I'm going to feel it. How many times do you sit in a meeting smiling, oh yeah, that's a good idea, and you think, well, you know, that really sucks, but I don't care. You know, how many times are you with somebody and you have these other feelings going on than what you're showing? That's the part I want to switch. I want to care. Change that so that it's there all the time. And I do that by working on the boundaries that I put around my heart. Allowing, I thought I had opened my heart. I'd worked so hard on that for so long. And I'm almost getting teary-eyed thinking about it, that if the heart's so important, how did I miss that? How did I miss that piece? Unconditional love. Was it just a word? And I thank you for this morning, because it's really allowed me to get in touch with the part of my heart I hadn't completely opened. And I hope somehow through this sharing that you get the gift of how important it is to completely open our hearts, to completely care. When you hug somebody, to really care that they're there, to see them, to really see. We missed Bobby's hair color this morning. You know, and I thought about that, and we were joking, and I made the joke to Lynn that, well, this is just the masculine part of us not noticing. But I'd like to think that I cared enough to notice, that I would see those things, that it would make a difference that that person felt they had been seen. So I challenge you this month of Thanksgiving as you go through it, or Thanksgiving as you go through it, and you go to the dinners and you write your thank you cards and Maybe sit around the table and go over your blessings and your gratitude. Notch it up a level. Don't just think of something because you want to say something to those people. Allow yourself to open the heart and really reach out and feel those people. And what do they really mean to you? What does it say that those people are in your life? That we all matter, that we all care. This world is full of people ignoring, people being disrespectful, people trying to get to the front of the line or come out on top. To look at it differently, to care. I'm just here with you. I don't need to be at the front of the line. I don't have to care how fast the line goes. I can take this minute and be with you, and maybe that you is me. Maybe I could just lean over my grocery basket and just observe the world. Does it matter if I'm through in 10 seconds or I'm at the front of the line in a minute? How much difference is that really going to make? It doesn't make a big difference. The difference is in me, in my attitude, in what I'm giving off to people. If I'm irritated, people are feeling my irritation. We all make the essence of what we are. If I'm